Hey guys, my name is James Cooper. I'm a communication major here at San Francisco State University. This is my fourth year here. I plan on graduating this coming semester, crossing my fingers, but the top kind of four priorities that I kind of had, not only through college, but pretty much throughout my whole life, was pretty much work, school, family, and the businesses that I kind of ran on the side. Some of the businesses I ran, I run my own baseball organization, and I kind of had my own clothing line for a little bit, and that was in high school. Currently, the things that kind of make up my identity, I'd say, really it kind of comes from my family. A lot of the things that my family has taught me, I've kind of grown with and kind of learned and kind of experiment different things the way I kind of go about things. But I say the biggest thing is playing sports. Playing sports has always been that number one tool that I use to kind of cope with, whether it be through school or through work. I played sports all throughout my life. I played football, basketball, and baseball. Each sport kind of has taught me different kind of values, whether it be teamwork, working with different players, dealing with different coaches, but ultimately the one sport that kind of stuck out to me the most was baseball. Baseball to me, it's very similar to life. When I say that is, the one quote that kind of stuck out with me is, the best players are the players who are the best at the basics. That quote kind of has stuck in with me, not only through baseball but also through life. Because for me, it's a lot of times you have these cocky people, or you have people who think that they're all that, but ideally as long as you kind of keep to yourself and kind of just do you, I think that's how people become the most successful. I'm very motivated to into business and to the marketing side, but I feel as if baseball is the reason why I'm this motivated, was because I'm not that kind of athlete that was kind of given this set amount of skills and was this all-star athlete or anything, but it's kind of taught me to kind of work towards the goals, and after working towards those goals, it kind of has taught me that this is not only in baseball but also in things in life, whether it be in school and work. I try to stay to the same face. I try to stay who I am, true to myself. I am kind of quiet at times, and I think that has to do with, maybe I'm just not as comfortable with some people than other, but overall I feel as if, over time I do get used to a group of people. I try to stay true to myself, whether it be, at school, or at work, but ideally, where I kind of feel most motivated and more easier to talk to is when I talk about things that involve my business, and I say that because a lot of the times that I try to talk about my business is times where I feel as if I'm advertising myself in a way. I feel as if maybe a reason why people probably have different faces is because ideally it's because of the situation that they're in, and I do find my times, I do occasionally I would say that I have a couple different faces, just due to the fact that I think you have to react and act a certain way depending on the environment that you're in. The environment that people are in I feel as if the reason why sometimes we act a different way, because either we're trying to impress people or we're trying to make people think a certain way about us. And I think that shouldn't always be the case, but in our society, sometimes we have to kind of do things out of the norms in order to kind of succeed, I would say. Some of the most important principles and values and morals that I have in my life, I would say would be, starting in high school, my sophomore year, I made a clothing brand called No Excuses, Build Success. This shirt was kind of designed to kind of show you that, you didn't need to have talent. You didn't need to have, that athleticism or anything. All you needed was to hustle and to not give excuses along the way. So the whole model behind Build Success, No Excuses, was to show myself and to show others that, anything is possible. One thing that I do teach, the youth in my organization that I run right now is, to take responsibility over your own success. A lot of the times, I feel as if we talk about a lot of the negative things in life, life and not enough about the positive. But by reflecting on the positive, I think that, you know, there's more room for growth. And especially when we talk about, you know, school and work, I think that if you kind of depend and kind of set your mind to one thing, there's no more room for growth. And so the more you kind of think about the positive things, the more steps you're going to take in order to kind of reach higher standards. The reason why that quote kind of stuck with me is because a lot of the times, you know, people try to do more than what's required, meaning that I think that the more that we are good at the things that are at the basic level, whether that be reading, writing, kind of speaking out loud in the public, I think the more attention we kind of get by perfecting those things. I think that, you know, our mind is constantly, you know, our body, or, you know, we're constantly trying to focus on different kind of aspects of our life, but we don't ever kind of take a deep breath and kind of relax and kind of think about the things that we do have and appreciate those little things. And I think that's something that, you know, my parents have taught me, was that, you know, kind of growing up, because my mom, you know, had to work the 2-3 jobs in order to kind of, you know, put a roof over my head. I think that not only because of that, it kind of taught me to kind of work hard towards the things that I want in life. And, you know, for her to kind of go back to school at a later age and having me at an early age kind of showed me that, I mean, anything is possible, whether or not, I mean, you got to put the hard work in, and you got to build success by giving no excuses. And that's kind of where my motto kind of comes from. And so that's pretty much about me. You know, that's just a little overview. I'm looking forward to taking this class. I'm very interested in, you know, in wellness, and kind of seeing exactly what exactly does wellness mean, and kind of getting the overview of, you know, the body. You know, that's something that I do want to start getting into, is, you know, I want to start getting into shape, start eating better. And I think this class will kind of point me in the right way. And so, yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you for listening to me. Thumbs up.